Is he the fastest? No. Is he the biggest? No, he's not.
I didn't think that he was worthy of being drafted.
I remember that.
You understand?
Nobody loves a rags to riches point guard more than New York. And nobody loved Jeremy Lin more than Knicks fans. But we're not talking Linsanity. These comments about another former backup point guard, who's also seen as undersized and overhyped, until he took over the biggest city in America, making 8 million people believe in the Knicks. We're talking about Jalen Brunson. But how did a bench player, who many felt was overpaid because of his dad, become the greatest Knick to ever live? I'm Jerry, and this is a Clutch original on how Jalen Brunson saved New York. Nowhere in the world is basketball held in more regard than New York City. No building is more iconic than Madison Square Garden. And never before has NYC loved a player like this 6'2" guard, a guy who, after leaving the shadow of a superstar, pulled off historical performances even MJ and Wilt haven't matched. So how did Jalen Brunson do it? Well, being a superstar point guard was actually Jalen Brunson's birthright. Before playing in NBA arenas, he grew up in them because his dad, Rick, had a strong basketball career. He took Temple to 3 straight NCAA tournaments, the '93 Elite Eight, then played 9 NBA seasons. And Jalen was there the whole time. Born the year before Rick entered the league and was there for all of his 16 teams. Then it was Jalen's turn to shine. After settling in Chicago, Jalen became one of the best players in the nation. He was named Mr. Illinois, a McDonald's All-American, and won a state title and 2 gold medals for the U.S. national teams. In college, he was even better, single-handedly putting Villanova back on the map. The Wildcats won 103-13 in his 3 seasons there, won 2 Big East regular season titles, 2 Big East tournament titles, and 2 national titles, with Brunson being named the 2018 National Player of the Year. This wasn't enough for critics though. The scouting reports were pretty brutal, and the 2018 NBA draft reflected it, because 7 point guards and 2 of his own teammates were drafted before him. Brunson finally heard his name called in the 2nd round with the 33rd pick, selected by Dallas, the same team that traded for a relatively unknown Slovenian point guard named Luka Doncic 2 hours earlier. And just like that, the dude who's done nothing but dominate on the court for the last 7 years was moved to the bench for the first time of his life, in an instant. The transition was tough, and Brunson's first 2 seasons didn't show much. But in year 3, he found his confidence, averaging double figures and finishing 4th in the 6th Man of the Year voting. And from there on out, it was game on. His 4th and final season in Dallas would be his official coming out party. Nobody would be holding him back anymore. With Luka missing 14 of the season's first 35 games, the door was wide open for Jalen to run the show. And that's exactly what he did. In 2022, Brunson averaged 16 points and 5 assists. And during the 17 games Luka missed, he went for 20 points and 7.5 dimes. Then during the Mavs playoff run, the world saw what Brunson would really become. 2 31-point games and a shocking 41-point outburst in a first-round win over Utah. Yet that offseason, yet again, Brunson was undervalued. Dallas could have given him the max, $35 million a year for 5 years. Instead, they lowballed him, offering him only $20 million a year. When the Knicks offered $104 million for 4 years, $26 million per year. His days of being disrespected were over. Or were they? Brunson had his own team now, but the rest of the league still doubted him. In 2022, his first year in New York, he put up 24 points per game and was 12th in MVP voting, but was not named an All-Star. Then 2023 changed everything. That season, he averaged a career-high 29 points per game, made his first All-Star team, and helped the Knicks win 50 games for the 3rd time in 25 years. But the playoffs are where Knicks legends are really made. In the 2024 first round, New York took a 3-2 lead over the Sixers, and Brunson stepped up, drawing a late foul and hitting both free throws to send the Knicks to the 2nd round. And his numbers, better than Michael Jordan and Wilt Chamberlain. His 3 straight 40 pieces to close out Philly set the record for the highest scoring 6 or 7 game first round series in NBA history. That was it. He was the new star.
Are you not entertained?
But abrupt changes happened in New York that would test the new Knicks legend. The team shipped out R.J. Barrett and Julius Randle, bringing in names like Karl Anthony Towns and Mikal Bridges. And Brunson still led the charge.
Jalen Brunson has not just become an all-star, he's become a top 5 NBA player.
And this season solidified him as the Knicks' all-time great with these insane performances. And he continued the superstar ascend into the postseason. First round, Game 3. This dagger at the buzzer for the win. 2 weeks later, he broke Kobe's record for the most fourth quarter points through the first 10 games of the playoffs. And just a week after that, Brunson did something no Knick had done in a quarter century. Lift New York to the Eastern Conference Finals, while beating the defending champion Boston Celtics to do it, creating buzz in New York City that hadn't been felt since their last title in 1973. So is Jalen Brunson the greatest Knick ever? His numbers give him a pretty strong case. In his first 3 years in New York, Brunson has already put his name on the list of the best players in franchise history. Numbers don't lie, and something just feels different about Jalen Brunson. From an awkward lefty from Jersey to underappreciated bench player to now New York legend, Jalen Brunson is living proof that the city will have your back if you perform when the lights are at their brightest. So we'll ask you, is Jalen Brunson the greatest player the New York Knicks organization has ever seen?